Right out of the gate, dude, you were in one of the greatest movies of my life, True Romance.
Oh
my God, the guy from True Romance.
Yeah.
I'm actually interacting with him.
He told me never do that.
True Romance.
But
he didn't direct this. He
didn't.
He was treating you like you were a pro, like you knew what you were doing. That
and
your ideas were worth listening. Oh, so they cast you as one.
They cast me as one of the mobsters. No,
so you would have been in that scene with the classic scene with.
I would have been in there like, fuck you. I was watching on a monitor.
Now, as that whole thing was, were you just sitting there going, "This is
crazy"?
Classic? When they would go, I got to ask some geek questions.
Go ahead, whatever.
All right, so when they would say cut after they did a run through of the scene, would there be any laughing and joking around, or was it
quiet?
Real?
And
did you feel as each time they did it a little different, or did they had their choices down?
They had their choices down.
So many moments in that scene. I love when Walken clasps his hands together.
Yeah.
Like, please don't make me, whatever he says there.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but that point where Hopper just like, can I have one of those Chesterfields? And he's just like, you know what? I'm going out fucking swinging. And when he finishes the story, he sees that look on his face where he's like preparing himself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to get killed now.
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't know. It's just one of the greatest scenes. How long did it take him to shoot it? Like,
they probably had a whole afternoon. I'm sure, or maybe the whole day.
Where did they shoot that?
It was on a soundstage.
In fact, one of the guys who played in the scene, the walk-in scene with Hopper, the guy who's over at the fridge, he speaks in Italian.
Yeah, Paul Ben-Victor. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, he was in...
He's in tons of stuff.
He was in The Wire. You were basically roommates with Brad. Was Brad Pitt at that point, or was he about to be
almost Brad Pitt at that point?
You were just sitting there going, this good-looking son of a bitch with his abs.
No.
She's fucking. I had a huge crush.
Me
on her.
too.
Wasn't he kind of your age too? Because he started so young.
He
might have been a little older.
A little older.
You know, the guy that I actually was such a huge fan of and was devastated when he passed was Chris Penn.
Chris Penn.
What was it like hanging? You got because he
was fun.
You were in that final shootout scene where you were like covering up and everything.
He was great.
There was a Reservoir Dogs like anniversary DVD that I watched with this buddy of mine, DeRosa, and it had all of them like telling stories.
Yeah.
And Chris Penn's stories were just like you could just see like he was just that hanging out guy.
He's a sweet guy.
Bar. Yeah, just
sweet.
So fun. Like I always felt like the way he did. I loved him in Reservoir Dogs, and I went on this whole like Chris Penn tear.
Yeah.
That anything he was in, I just like Reservoir Dogs was like ground zero for me, and every actor in there, I just went like offshoot and just
find all their stuff.
Yeah, and just like watching all of that, and I became not like I stopped. I was just such a huge fan of that guy. Were they like hilarious?
They were just hilarious.
You worked with everybody.
It was cool.
Your first. By the time you were 24, you were with. Just about every icon out there. How did you not feed into that and go, oh, my God, I'm not worthy to be here? How did you keep yourself settled? This is becoming like inside the actor's studio. Yeah, I don't know how actors do it. It's the hardest thing ever. I don't know how you guys do it. The shit that you guys do to then fucking going back to waiting the tables and I don't know, and just knowing you're good enough. I had to watch that again immediately because I also like, now that I've been out in L.A. here for like 5 years, I actually like the same way I like watching old movies about New York City.
Yeah.
And seeing stuff that's still standing there and then shit that changed. I'm starting to get like that for like L.A. out here. Sometimes, I'll actually do that. Like it bums me out that where they shot Reservoir Dogs out in Eagle Rock doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
And I just want to, at least is the alley still there?
Right.
Where they pull the cop out of the trunk.
That
True
too.
Romance, Reservoir Dogs, like the typical hacky guy list of film. There's no left turns.
I'm still the same way.
In my film, in the films that I like. Yeah, you were in one of those rare movies where before I described that, two people continue on the rest. You were in one where there was like, it seemed like everybody worked out of that.